Hello, this is Jude from our Real Black in Japan channel. The topic we are going to cover today is half children in Japan and their status.
Yes. So there are mixed messages about half people. We see videos about half people complaining or claiming that they are experiencing racism and hatred and, horrible treatment from so-called Japanese, pure Japanese people because they are not totally Japanese. But there's the other side of half people that you see, right?
Yes.
Yes. Could you describe that type of half people?
Yes. So I watch YouTube, other channels, where there are people who are half, and let's say, example, there's a individual that is like a young woman that's half quote unquote black and half Japanese. She would have experiences where, sorry, my kids are always loud. Can you tell? She would, I heard one particular individual, a female, say that the Japanese called her gorilla or like monkey because she was brown skinned. What's really funny is she was very light complected, like very very light complected, not like brown like me. She was like very light, like like my hand here, and you know, I believe that probably that does happen in like school, because children are children. Children, they're gonna say mean things. There are Japanese kids who are fully Japanese and get bullied, and then
Yes.
and
My glass.
yeah, like she had big glasses, right? So, but then there is the other side where kind of like half children kind of have a higher status to an extent. I guess it depends on the situation. Half kids are considered better looking
Yes,
in a lot of
yes,
cases.
yes. They always say that.
Yeah.
Japanese people like halves.
Yes.
The half is the Japanese use.
Yes.
It's mixed
Yes.
people.
So yeah, they say hafu. It's HAFU, but it's supposed to be HALF, like half, but they say hafu. And generally, generally, not saying everybody, but generally, the half kids are considered better looking
Yes, they always
kids.
say that.
Yeah,
Oh, your husband is a Gaikokujin? Your kids are gonna be so cute.
yeah. It's we our children have people are very very. Or we'll have videos with our children. People are, oh, your kids are so beautiful. You know, um,
It's the other side's greener kind of thing.
yeah. So, but that's in the adult. Now, in the children's side, they may mess with you because you are not fully.
It's different.
Yeah, it's still different. But that's children. I try to teach my kids to be appreciative of their skin color, their history, their heritage, and things like that. And they're going to experience some hardships, and they should, because that makes a person stronger. If everything is great, you're going to break down when trouble arises. So, you know,
So the mixed people in the States, how are they treated?
differently. In some cases, I would say, depending on what the child is mixed with, they're sometimes considered better looking too, or like exotic to an extent. And then on the other hand, they get put down by so-called blacks. Oh, you're not black enough. And then by whites, like, oh, you got black in you. So they're kind of like in between here and there, and kind of have issues with identity and things, wherever. So it's very different in the mix in America and Japan.
The identity issue would be the same in Japan too. Like if you look non-Japanese even a little bit, people say you're not Japanese.
Yeah.
Like the lady who was on Miss Japan.
Yeah, Miss Japan.
Few years
Yeah,
ago?
yeah. She speaks Japanese. She was born here, like, but
She had a brown skin.
yeah, she was brown skin. But you can see, sorry that the lights are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But those are like older people. It's because Japan is very orderly and kind of like the status and rank thing going on in Japan. I think a lot of that plays in it. So I think the older people, like older, like like 60s, 70s, whatever, they probably want to, Miss Japan, we need like a Japanese woman, like a pure Japanese woman.
Right.
Because I was watching, the world was watching when she
Yes.
won, and they watched the reaction. And the younger people, like our age, they were like, "Oh, she's Japanese to us. What do we care?" But the older people were like, "Well, and I guess because they're set in their ways, and and the world is different. It changed, and they didn't. So,
And there are more mixed people now.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like even 10, 12 years that we've been in Japan.
Yeah, yeah,
The scenes are different.
yes. And we have three children, and we know other foreigners, like Japanese men with I'm sorry, with American men with Japanese wives. They may be like Europeans, like white people with Japanese wives. And what's really funny to me is when blacks, I mean, I'm talking like black Americans and others, have children with Japanese, and whites who have children with Japanese, the kids come out looking very similar. But like when Africans have babies with Japanese, the kids look different. Like, and I'm like, why? I'm like, oh, that black Americans must be mixed with a bunch of stuff for our kids to come out looking like, you know. So I would say blacks and like black Americans and Japanese will produce a Filipino looking kid or an Arab looking kid.
Yes.
That's what they come out looking like, Filipinos or Arabs or
Yes. Like our kids.
yeah, like some, you don't know what our kids are.
So,
Filipinos always look at our children because they think that they're like Filipino, and they're like, they see me and they're like, oh, okay,
and then they look at me and like, are you Japanese?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So maybe Filipino. Well, we know a lot of Filipinos are black. Like quote unquote black Asians. So. And shout out to my Pinoy peoples. We love we have Filipinos in my family, so it's really funny. My cousin is married to a Filipino woman, and the children look just black. But our kids look Arab.
Yes. That's true.
And my cousin is kind of light, and his wife is light, and the kids are light, but they look black. Like their hair is not long and stringy, or it's not. It's like
Nappy.
yeah, like nappy. It wasn't even growing. Remember, there was a
Right,
problem.
right,
Yeah,
right.
and our kids' our kids' hair will flow down to their feet. If come here, man. This is my oldest daughter, Nahara. Rapper, singer.
She's Filipino.
Yeah, looks
Looking.
Filipino. So thinks she's some kind of princess. I mean, she is, I guess, but All right, go away, kid.
Yeah. So maybe because they are more mixed people, the mixed people are getting higher status. More.
We spoke about that, right? Like in the future, if more people, because Japanese people are not necessarily reproducing at a sustainable rate to keep Japan up, the foreigners are moving in and they're marrying Japanese women. So we discussed the possibility in the future of the halves versus the pure Japanese, like like in jobs and things and socially. And we're afraid that the halves and whatever they're mixed with in Japanese, they're gonna band together, and they're gonna be competing against quote unquote pure Japanese, and there may be some resentment against the haves. Because the haves will be able to speak English, Spanish, Chinese, African languages, Arab languages, Indian, Nepali, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and if the job market requires international, international skills, then
Yes.
we hope that there is no rift, but it's a possibility.
Yeah. So we think that they're mixed people that are not that ones that are struggling with their identity, and then there are ones that are using that halfness as an advantage.
It's true. Yeah. It's very true. So it's something. It's an interesting conversation and something to think about. I try to tell our our friends. I'm like, hey man, you guys need to this may happen. And there are Japanese who hang around foreigners, and they may a lot of Japanese speak, especially the women, young women, they speak English and they travel, and they may that half and international Japanese will band together. And there will be a separation between the Japanese that don't associate with any foreigners and don't know anything about anyone else. The possibility in the future may be they may not be the ones getting jobs, or may be getting lower paying jobs because they are not international. We live in a kind of a global international kind of world right now, and they'll tell me what the world's going to be like in 15, 20 years.
Right.
So it's something to think about.
Interesting.
Yes. All right. So I hope you guys consider that, and it's just a possibility, and it's just, things happen. We don't know how it's going to play out, but I hope that it plays out for the better.
Yeah.
And after all, but I would say that I would say I'm a foreigner, but the half kids are not foreigners. They're Japanese too. They're just mixed with something else.
Yes.
So they're gonna say, well, wait a minute, this is my country too. What are you talking about? So, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, we'll catch you guys next video. And again, we're shooting videos back to back. I am not wearing the same shirt 2 or 3 days in a row. So I'll see you guys next video. And please like and subscribe and share. Thank you. See you next video. Right now. Bye-bye.